Good Sunday morning. I'm KHOU 11 meteorologist Chris Ramirez. Things are remaining unchanged from what we've seen yesterday. The National Hurricane Center still keeping that area of concern out in the Caribbean at 70% chance of development within the next 7 days. Of course, we have two other disturbances out in the Atlantic Ocean. Those are not going to pose a threat to southeast Texas, but one just south of there, 40% chance of development within the next 7 days. So as we look at this system, our primary area of concern, we're seeing some convection ongoing, all thanks to the Central American gyre that's currently over Central America. You're able to see that convection there as we zoom out a bit, and we're keeping a track of this little area of disorganization, and that very well could become more organized as it continues its northward track. However, we still don't have a storm or a organized low as of now, so there is still some degree of uncertainty when it comes to where this system is headed. So take each model run still as a grain of salt, but models are coming to an agreement that we are going to see this low pressure system become better organized by Wednesday of this week. So we could be looking at a low. We have this low pressure system that's going to send the jet stream off towards over Louisiana. That very well could push that storm off towards the east. So folks that are in and around Mississippi, Alabama, Florida Panhandle may need to be paying attention to this storm as we progress at least through the end of the week. So whatever happens and whatever storm forms could see some impacts maybe on Friday or Saturday. Also, models are not really in agreement in terms of the intensity of this system, whether it's a tropical storm or a hurricane. That's a little bit uncertain in terms of that because we don't have a storm or an organized low as of now. So still some degree of uncertainty, but models are trending that this system could be off towards the east away from southeast Texas and the Houston area. But folks along the Florida Panhandle and Alabama might really need to be paying attention in the coming days for this system. Looking at the September development areas for this time of year, we usually see those storms make a more of a northeasterly track in the Gulf of Mexico. Any storm that's in the middle of the Atlantic usually trends at just remaining over open water and just remaining going up to the north. But we are expecting us to be watching this system pretty closely because we are expecting development this week. The system will be moving into the Gulf of Mexico and likely going east, but still at least watch the forecast at least once a day. So as we look at the peak of hurricane season, the peak date was September 10th. But we're still in the month of September. We still have a busy period at least through October in the coming days. So we have to keep an eye on the tropics as at least until November, as we have seen some storms in the month of October. Of course, back in 1989, Hurricane Jerry actually impacted southeast Texas on October 15th. That's a bit of mid-October. So looking at the Atlantic Basin names, the next name on the list is Helene. We still have Isaac, Joyce, Kirk, Leslie, Milton, Nadine. Not really going through most of the list for this season, but of course we're still in that busy period for this time of year. So we have to keep an eye on the tropics, and you can always stay up to date on KHOU.com as well as on the KHOU 11 app.